Welcome to Session 4, Expense Reports for Multiple Projects. Okay, this training video is an extension of Session 3. If you have not yet watched the video on expense reports, please do so before you begin this session. Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you 3 ways to create an expense report when you need to submit expenses for multiple projects. But first, I want to show you how to prepare your receipts. This step is very important, especially if you deal with a large volume of receipts for different projects. You will need to code each receipt with the appropriate project number before you import or upload receipts into Concur. Okay, let me show you what I've done with the receipts. Okay, so these receipts are the ones from the mobile app, and my receipts that were scanned to my computer and then imported from my computer. Okay, when I took pictures of my receipts with the mobile app, it allows you to edit some of the fields. So where my vendor name is, I just added my project number where I want this amount, $16.10, which account I want that deducted from. Okay, so I did the same with all of these receipts. So I have 2 project numbers, 7753 and 1234. Okay. On my receipts that I had on my computer, I went back and added my project number to those as well. Okay, this first example I'm going to show you. Okay, I have 2 projects that I want to submit expenses for reimbursement, but I only have a few receipts for each project this month. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to combine those expenses into one expense report and instead of sending 2 really small expense reports. Okay, so I'm going to go and create a new report. Okay, since I'm going to be using, or there's going to be 2 projects within this expense report, I'm going to put both projects. Okay, and for the sake of time, I'm not going to fill out comment because I will be deleting this report soon. So I'm going to create the report. I'm going to add expense. Okay, I'm going to click on all of my expenses to add them to the report. Okay, now I want to go into the receipt. Okay, I want to show you this. Your main project number will be your default. Now, I did not mention this in the expense report training because for missionaries that only have 1 project, they'll never change this. However, if you're watching this video, you apparently have multiple project numbers, so you will change this. Now, what this is when you put a project here, you're telling Concur that you want this amount, in this case $16.10. I want that amount deducted from my 1234 ministry account. Okay, so I have coded this receipt with my 1234, and I want to make sure 1234 is down here in this project number. Okay, my next receipt I've coded with my other project number, which is 7753. Okay, I've got to change this, so I need to search for my 7753. There it is. Click it, and they match. Be sure you choose the right number, your number. Okay, next. Okay, once again, I've coded this one with my 7753. Coded this in 1, 2, 3, 4. They match. Same here. All right, save expense. Okay. So now I have my receipts coded and the correct project number chosen. So now I'm going to click Submit Report. Now this is why I recommend this be done only with smaller expense reports, when you only have a few receipts. Because if you'll notice, it doesn't break it down between your project numbers here. So if you have a large expense report you're trying to do this with, it could get a little complicated. Because I'm sure you're going to want to know how much, what the total is that you're taking from project 1, 2, 3, 4, and what the total amount that you're going to be deducting from your project 7753. So keep it small so you can calculate that on your own. So once again, once we submit it, it's only given the total. Okay, but what if I just want to split this total, not the individual receipts, but this total between two project numbers? All right, you're going to go over here and you're going to click beside receipt, so it will select all of your expenses. And then we're going to use the allocate button. Click on allocate. You can choose a percentage or you can choose an amount. I'm going to choose an amount. I'm going to click add. And I'm going to leave my 1, 2, 3, 4 project in here and click save. Okay, but I only want $30 deducted from this account. All right, I'm going to click add again so I can add my other project number. And it's not limited to 2. If you have 3 projects that you want this report split between, you can allocate to 3 different projects. Okay, so I have my 7753. I'm going to save it. And you see it put the remainder. Hang on. Something went wrong. Okay, so I'm going to add another line. 7753. Save. There it is. Okay. So now it has put the remainder on my 7753. Now if I change my mind, if I wanted $40 taken from my 1, 2, 3, 4, I can change it. Okay, so if you're satisfied with that, click save. And then you can submit your report. Now once again, it's only going to give you the total amount of the expense report. Okay, I want to delete this. Now I want to talk about large expense reports. I know some of you might have projects that you submit larger expense reports for. If that's the case, this is what I recommend. create multiple expense reports for each project. All right, I want to create another one. Okay, so now I have 2 expense reports labeled for each one of my projects. As receipts come in, and I have you definitely want to label receipts if you have a large number that you're dealing with. But this way I can see which ones go to my 1234 and which ones go to my 7753. As soon as they come over from whether you're uploading or importing email, you can immediately, like, okay, say these just came over. I want to take all my 1234s and I want to move it to my 1234 expense report. Move these to my 7753. Okay, what about these? Okay, I need to do something with these. I need to put them into the appropriate expense report. Okay, so I'm going to start with my 1234 report, and I'm going to add an expense. I'm going to click on Attach Receipt Image. I'm going to find my 1234 receipts. I still want to put my 1234 right here. Now remember, I could not edit this receipt until I added it to an expense report. So if I take this out of my expense report, this information will be deleted and it'll go back just to this image at the bottom of my expense page. And this is why I want to continue on with adding my project number behind the vendor. Because if I am dealing with a lot of receipts, and say I get confused, and I put a 7753 over in here, I'll be able to see it and remove it. All right, so same thing with these. If you want to go into your my 7753, and I want to add an expense, choose my 7753 receipt. $7,753. But now I have to go down and change my project number right there. Okay. Whoops. All right, so you'll have 2 expense reports or maybe 3 expense reports, depending on how many projects you get reimbursed for. So then you can continue through the month. So you set these up at the first of every month, and you can, as the receipts come in, add it to the expense report, go in, edit your receipts. If you need to create a receipt, just edit through the month. Okay. Now see the mistake I made? Okay, this is my 1, 2, 3, 4 report. Look what I did. I added 7753. I would have caught it had I labeled my receipt. Okay, but I still have an error or an alert. What is the alert? I created that receipt, so I need to attach. I need to attach a receipt. Actually, I need to attach the missing receipt declaration, since I created it. Okay. So that's the way I recommend handling large expense reports with a lot of receipts for different projects. Now, once you're ready to submit, especially if you're going to be adding to these all month or sometimes longer, however long you're going to be adding to these reports, on the day you're ready to submit, do not forget to go back to report details, report header, change the information, add your comments, add instructions on where to send the money, change your date to the date that you're submitting the report. And then submit. And keep in mind, as long as it's not paid and in the approved and accounting review, you can always recall the report. Okay. I know there'll be questions about this, and I'm here to answer them. I know these training videos, they're just the basics, and we're going to work with every one of you, with every concern, question you have. But I'm excited. I'm excited that this could be a lot less work once you get used to it and used to managing the receipts with this new system. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple of training videos for the mobile app. I'll be doing one for iPhone and one for Android, so be looking for those. Thanks, guys.